Hi, good morning. It's Devin, and this is another installment of Hampton Roads Perspectives. I am joined in the studio today by somebody who I feel like I've been stalking and chasing down for the longest time. I've been trying to get you in here for, like I said, 3 months. I've got Mariah Smith in the studio. She's the founder of an organization called Blankets for the Homeless. Good morning, Mariah.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so glad I got you. I feel like it was such a struggle, but I know you're a busy girl. You're doing a lot. Did you have a nice holiday?
Absolutely. It was wonderful.
It was wonderful. Good.
Very busy.
Let's talk about Blankets for the Homeless. Like I said, I was really intrigued by your organization, and I was really excited to get you in here. What is Blankets for the Homeless, and what's the mission behind it?
Blankets for the Homeless is a nonprofit organization I started in 2011, which is meeting the needs of people living on the streets, homeless families living in hotels and in their cars. And we're trying to meet their needs as best as we possibly can all over the Hampton Roads community.
That's awesome. How did it get started?
When I was 17, I started Blankets for the Homeless in 2011 after seeing a homeless man at Sonic with my mom. It was freezing cold that night.
Was it the first time you'd ever seen one?
That is the first time I had ever seen a homeless person before. And we just happened to have a blanket in the back of our van. And I got out and I gave him the food we had ordered and the blanket. And honestly, he had immediately wrapped the blanket around himself and started eating. And I just knew in that moment that this was reality. And this truly broke my heart, that to know that someone was living this way and to know that their needs are real and aren't being met. And so I went home. I made a flyer with our phone number asking for donations of used blankets. Within a week, I had distributed over 300 flyers to hotels at the waterfront, local businesses, schools.
You got right to work.
And churches. And I just, I knew that I needed to make the biggest effort to do what I could to help people in need.
It's one thing to hear about it, but then when you see it in person, it'll change your life. It'll affect you.
Absolutely.
Do you distribute other items aside from just blankets?
Yes. Quickly after distributing the blanket to the homeless man, we learned the needs of the homeless community, and it just expanded from there. We distribute hoodies, jeans, shoes, tents, toiletries, propane.
Anything you could.
Anything they need, we try our best to find a way to get it for them. The need is honestly always there, and it's always great. It just it changes as the weather does.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you actually go to help those in need? Like, do you go all over Hampton Roads?
Yes.
Do you go further than Hampton Roads?
We drive, well, honestly, originally we started in Virginia Beach, but soon we expanded to Norfolk, Chesapeake, Hampton, Portsmouth, Suffolk, and Williamsburg. And we're honestly continuing to grow, and we're hoping to continue to grow. We drive all over looking for the homeless community, and they truly are a community and look out for each other. They're always asking us to help their friends and tell us where we can find them.
Yeah.
So we go help them, and then they tell us about their friends and where they're staying, and the cycle just keeps on going.
Yeah. If you're just tuning in, that's Mariah Smith you hear. She is the founder of Blankets for the Homeless, a wonderful organization that I first heard about a couple months ago, and I was really excited to get her in here. Mariah, what's your background? Tell me a little about your story. I want to hear all about it.
Well, a lot of people tend to ask me what the reason is that I'm doing this and what made me truly want to help. And I was born and abandoned on Christmas Eve 22 years ago. So when I was born, I was homeless too. My foster mother adopted me when I was 2 years old, and I feel very, very blessed to have the family that I do, knowing that my future was so uncertain at first. So I do feel very blessed, and I do feel very fortunate to have that security and that love.
You were meant for this. It seems like.
It looks that way, and it definitely feels that way.
I think it's your calling. I definitely agree. How do you think your adoption plays a role in this, would you say?
I think my adoption plays a role in this because it's really helped motivate me and helped change my perception and in wanting to help the people in need. And it's just a continual inspiration for me, knowing that I was homeless as a baby. It's instilled this great need for wanting to help as many people as possible in the Hampton Roads community.
And it's really a kind thing that you're doing if you think about it. This day and age, so much going on, so much negativity, so much hate. these acts of kindness are just so infectious. And I mean, if you do one thing, it could go to somebody else and they'll do something kind. And it's really just really nice to see somebody like you that's really taking the time to do kind things for people that may be overlooked and get the wrong, rep, I guess you could say.
Right.
So
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you balance being a full-time college student with all of this,
Well,
Mariah?
I am a full-time college student at Regent University. I'm so blessed to be there. So happy to be there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you studying?
Psychology.
Oof.
Majoring in psychology and minoring in biblical studies.
So you want to know why people do what they do and why they are what they
I
are.
I do. And I'm hoping that it's going to help me in Blankets for the Homeless and helping it grow as much as it can. So I'm definitely hoping it will benefit me in that way.
How are you balancing that out, though?
It's definitely quite the task to balance being a full-time college student and running Blankets for the Homeless, but
You're making it work, obviously.
I'm making it work as best as I can, and we're trying to maintain a healthy balance of helping as many people as we can, and
because you want to do good for the homeless, but you
completing-
want to do good for yourself, too. Where are you in
Yes.
college? What are you? You're a freshman?
I'm a sophomore at Regent.
Okay, well, you're halfway there. If you're just tuning in, that's Mariah Smith. She is the founder of Blankets for the Homeless. Very cool organization. Mariah, how have things grown over the year for you and Blankets for the Homeless?
Things have grown tremendously. Not that long ago, we actually received our 501c3 nonprofit. So we're official nonprofit, and that's honestly amazing for us.
Yeah.
We've had a tremendous amount of support from the homeless or from the Hampton Roads community, and it's been truly amazing. But now that we're officially nonprofit, it gives us the opportunity to receive that financial support that we need so that we can continue to help as many people as possible. We've also been working out of our tiny duplex for the last 4 years, which had become very, very overwhelming, very difficult. But we were recently, in November, blessed by Matt Fine and the owners of Runnymede Corporation with a building to use as a Blankets for the Homeless drop-off center.
Oh, that's so great.
We are so thankful for that.
And that was just recently?
That was recently.
Are you already moved in? And
Yes, we are all moved in, and this will essentially give all the people who want to volunteer the opportunity to get involved and do the things we need to do to properly and efficiently run Blankets for the Homeless.
Which is going to get me right to my next question. Do you have volunteers helping you? And if someone's listening right now that says, you know what, I would love to help, what can I do? What would you say?
We do have volunteers helping us, and we have a lot of different church groups that come forward and different things like that. It was difficult trying to allow them to volunteer with us while working out of our tiny duplex and in our driveway and things like that. That's why this space is so amazing, because it'll give... It
changes everything.
It does. It changes everything for us. It'll give people the opportunity to help in the way of making lunches and rolling blankets and things like that that need to be done.
Yeah. Good for you. What can others do to help? I know you said that you have volunteers, but what about someone that's, that wants to help, that maybe wants to volunteer? Where can they go? What can they do?
They can visit our www.blanketsforthehomeless.org and our Facebook page, Blankets for the Homeless Hampton Roads.
Is there a number they can call?
Yes, 757-434-4543. That is our organization number.
Give out that number one more time.
757-434-4543.
And we'll probably give that out, all that information again before the end of the interview. We want to make sure people have that. I'm with Mariah Smith, the founder of Blankets for the Homeless. Very cool organization. So excited to have you in here, Mariah. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. How can the word be spread about Blankets for the Homeless? What can we do to spread the word?
Honestly, going to our Facebook page, Blankets for the Homeless Hampton Roads, and visiting our webpage, blanketsforthehomeless.org, that is one of the best ways to spread the word. And any media support that we receive and that we have received has helped grow Blankets for the Homeless. It's helped us spread the word about homelessness and their needs and what other people can do to get involved. Kurt Williams of News Channel 3, he told my story. Good friend of ours. And that he was amazing in making such a huge difference in Blankets for the Homeless and spreading the word. So any media support of any kind, being here today with you, this is such a blessing for us because we're able to spread the word about homelessness.
It's amazing how media and social media and just, is so much more popular than like word of mouth used to be it. Word of mouth used to be the way that people heard about stuff. But nowadays it's Facebook, it's the TV, and it's the radio. Go us! But no, it's really great. And this is a good opportunity for you. And I'm really excited. But yeah, Kurt's a good friend of ours. What do you hope for the future? What do you hope for the future of Blankets for the Homeless, Mariah?
As homelessness grows in our community and all over, I'm hoping that Blankets for the Homeless grows to its full potential to help as many people as possible and meeting their needs as much as I can. I am trying to meet their immediate needs of the people living on the streets and people living in hotels and people living in their cars. But I'm ultimately hoping that as we grow, we can end up getting them off the streets and getting them out of the situations they're in, getting them out of the circumstances that they're in to make their life more comfortable and a little bit better.
I'm going to kind of throw you off a little bit here. I'm going to add a little question into this. What's the most rewarding part about all this for you?
I think one of the most rewarding things about this has been receiving the media support to help grow Blankets for the Homeless. That has been absolutely amazing. And honestly, without the support of the Hampton Roads community, we couldn't do what we do. Without the media support, like Kurt Williams of News Channel 3, like you here today, like the Hampton Roads Show and things like that, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And it makes the biggest difference in my organization and in helping as many as possible.
Did you ever think you'd be where you are now when you started this? Do you ever think it would be this big and this exciting and this, successful? Really, you're doing a great job. It's just, it's crazy how it started and where you are now, you think?
Thank you. I definitely did not anticipate it.
You knew you wanted to change lives, but I don't know if you knew it was going to be this big for you.
No, not at all. It's definitely grown so quickly and so much beyond my comprehension. So I'm just so thankful.
It'll change you as a person too.
Absolutely.
It'll humble you for sure.
It's definitely changed my perception in general, and it's definitely humbled me in every way possible. And it's made me realize how thankful we all really need to be
for what we have
and that we are all capable of making a difference.
Absolutely. Good head on your shoulders, Mariah.
Thank you.
I've got Mariah Smith in the studio, the founder of Blankets for the Homeless. Mariah, what are your biggest needs right now with Blankets for the Homeless?
Well, as I said, the Hampton Roads community has been so supportive and so amazing in donating the items that the homeless community needs, like socks, shoes, hoodies, hats, gloves, and things like that. However, as a growing organization, 4 years into this, we truly do need the financial support so that we can help people in a bigger way.
Right. So finances is really up top.
Definitely. There. And now that we are a 501c3 official nonprofit, that truly does give us the platform and the opportunity to receive that financial support. We actually have a PayPal on our blanketsforthehomeless.org webpage.
And people could donate that way?
Absolutely.
Is that the only way they can donate, or is there other ways they can donate money?
They can write a check. Okay. They can do things like that. But our PayPal on blanketsforthehomeless.org, there's no donation too small. It really does make a difference.
Okay, great. Is there a particular story that touches your heart? I know it's kind of like asking you to pick your favorite child. I know you've had a lot of experiences, but is there anything that stands out to you that was just really a great moment, beautiful moment for you?
It's hard because there are so many different stories and there are so many people that I've met, and their stories and their circumstances, each and every one of them have touched my heart, and it's terrible hearing how they've been led to where they are. But I think one of the stories that sticks out to me the most is the first man that I helped at Sonic in 2011. We've seen him over the years and we've helped him out with things. And we saw him this one time and we had just finished distributing. We didn't have anything left in our van. So we ran home, got a bunch of stuff for him, and we met back up with him. And he was saying how they wouldn't allow him to be in Hardee's. He tried to get into a Hardee's and they wouldn't let him sit in there and they wouldn't let him be in there. So my mom and I said, okay, well, we'll go with you. So we went in there with him and we were just chatting and talking with him, and he was such a sweet man. And he was telling us a story about his mom asking him if he had liked beets, and he was like, do you like beets? And I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I do. And he was telling his mom that he doesn't like beets. And his mom said, well, Moses, they're good for you. And up until that point, we hadn't known his name.
Right.
And finding out in that moment that his name was Moses, the man who inspired me to start Blankets for the Homeless, who motivated me to start all of this. It was just amazing to find out that his name was Moses. And he's such a sweet man, and we wanted to help him out in any way that we possibly could. And we thank God for putting me in that situation at that point in time to open my eyes to the reality of homelessness.
Yeah. It leads me to my next question, but it just goes to show that you can't judge those people. You never know their story. Everyone kind of wants to have an idea of how they should feel about homeless people, and it's just you just can't judge a person until you know their story, until you've walked in their shoes. You have no idea what anyone's going through. So, which again leads me to my next question: is the common perception of the homeless correct?
Absolutely not.
Of course it's not.
It's definitely not. I think a lot of people have this idea in their minds that the homeless are abusing drugs and abusing alcohol, and they put themselves in that situation that they're currently in, and that's just not the case. Yeah. After doing this for 4 years and seeing firsthand all of the people that we help, they have been led to these circumstances and situations through no fault of their own. Yeah. It's just been a sequence of events that have unfortunately led them to where they are, from divorce, from job loss, from house foreclosure, from abuse in the home. There are so many different things that we hear. I mean, there are so many homeless veterans that we're helping that are suffering from PTSD, and they're fighting for our country, and then they're coming home to no home, and it's heartbreaking. It really is. And so I think the common perception of homeless people is absolutely
100%
wrong, and it's
incorrect. Yeah,
it's absolutely incorrect.
I agree with you. Do you see a lot of homeless children and like families? Do you see them all?
We do see a lot of homeless children and families, and a lot of women and children, and a lot of families living in hotels and living out of their cars. And a lot of them are working and they have jobs, but they just don't know if they're going to have enough to pay for that other night in a hotel room. Yeah. And it's really hard. We actually just finished up with our 3rd annual stocking drive, where we have people of the Hampton Roads community coming up with the stockings for the homeless community with different items, and they make them for the children, and they put gifts in there and treats and toys and bubbles and things like that to make Christmas special for them as well, because we do see a lot of homeless children.
Yeah. I've got Mariah Smith in the studio. She's the founder of Blankets for the Homeless. Mariah, what is your main goal?
I would have to say that my main goal in this is to help as many people as I possibly can, no matter what situation they're in. If they're in need, I'm hoping to help them in some way. And I'm hoping that as Blankets for the Homeless grows, we're able to help people in an even bigger way and out of the situation that they're in. So that is my goal for this.
What's been your biggest challenge with everything? Aside from balancing college and...
I think there have been 2 main challenges with this. Working out of our tiny duplex was one of the biggest challenges for efficiently running Blankets for the Homeless. It was just very overwhelming, very difficult. There were things on our porch, things in our home, and it was a very small space to be able to work out of. And that's why we honestly feel so blessed by Matt Fine and the owners of Runnymede Corporation.
Thanks, Matt.
Yes, thank you so much.
You rock.
For giving us that space. Before we received this building for a Blankets for the Homeless drop-off center, Matt Fine had donated storage units for us to work out of, and we had other donated storage units as well. But it was hard to work out of those as well. There wasn't a lot of space. There wasn't a lot of opportunity for volunteers to get involved there. So it was very difficult. And I think one of our other main challenges in this has been getting the financial support that we need to help in a bigger and better way.
It's so important to you right now.
Absolutely.
And again, for those that are just tuning in, if they want to donate money or anything, really, how can someone donate that wants to help?
They can go on our webpage, blanketsforthehomeless.org. We have a PayPal there. No donation is too small, and it will honestly make the biggest difference in Blankets for the Homeless so that we can continue to help people.
Mariah's not asking for your whole paycheck. Anything
No.
you can do will help.
Yes.
No amount too small. Mariah, how has Blankets for the Homeless changed your life?
It's changed my life in every way you can imagine. It's personally changed my perception and my outlook of everything. It's made me very thankful for everything I have. It's made me very humbled, and it's sort of bittersweet doing what we do, because I'm so thankful that we're able to help people in the way that we are, but it's also really hard to see what they're going through and see so many people suffering in our community. It really is.
I didn't know you before all this. I just met you today, but you can just see, you emanate like kindness, and you can just see that this has really made you who you are as a young woman.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We've got just a couple more minutes here. We're going to kind of finish up with the interview. That's Mariah Smith. She is the founder of Blankets for the Homeless. Mariah, how old are you?
I am 22 now.
22, and how long has Blankets for the Homeless been around?
Since I was 17 in 2011.
The founder of this organization is 22 years old. She found this, she got this started when she was 17. If she can do this, you can do this. She's changing lives, people. Mariah, let's talk about how you plan to continue to help those in need.
I think I've talked a little bit about this, but I'm hoping that Blankets for the Homeless grows to its full potential, to
be able to do more.
To be able to do more and do everything we possibly can to meet their needs. And I'm trying to encourage and inspire as many people as possible to open their eyes to this reality. And I'm also trying to encourage them to make a blessing box to keep in their car with 5 non-perishable lunches, hoodies, blankets, water, and things like that. So when they see someone, they can immediately bless them. They can have that opportunity to help someone in need.
That's actually a really good idea. I've never thought of it that way. Just to have something on standby, ready to go. Because I see them everywhere. You never know when you're going to see one.
A lot of times we get those questions. Well, I didn't know what to give them. I didn't have anything with me. I wasn't sure whether to give them money or not. You don't have to do that. You can make yourself a blessing box to keep in your car with the essential items that they need: gloves, hats, water, blankets, hoodies. Just those simple items can make a huge difference in their life. When you see them, you can bless them.
Give those the contact information out again. Let's give website, phone number, address, donation information, all that exciting stuff.
Yes, please visit our Facebook, Blankets for the Homeless Hampton Roads, and our webpage, blanketsforthehomeless.org. And please call 757-434-4543. That's 757-434-4543. And like and share that Facebook page, because it helps us spread the word.
And then as far as donating, the best place for them to go to donate is the website. And you've got a PayPal, yes?
Yes.
Awesome. Mariah, you're fantastic.
Thank you. So are you. Thank you for having me.
I hope you realize that. What you're doing is great. And I think there needs to be more people like you, really, in the world. There's got to be more people like you.
Oh, thank you.
Don't cry. Not at the end of the interview. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope this really gets the word out there, and I hope that, you continue to change lives.
Thank you so much. This is a wonderful opportunity. I can't be more thankful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I hope 2016 is